Hey, what's going on? Luke here, and today we're here to review some of the NRL jerseys for season 2021. Now, we're going to start off with the home jerseys because there's so many different jerseys these days in the NRL. You have your home jerseys, have your women in league jerseys, your away jerseys, heritage jersey, any sort of other jersey, bloody round 17 jersey. There's 50,000 different jerseys, especially, I'm looking at you Warriors, I'm looking at you. In saying that though, the Warriors aren't one of the jerseys I'm going to be looking at today. I'm going to be looking at 4 different teams. Those teams are the Raiders, the Broncos, the Tigers, and the Bulldogs. Now, I thought I'd throw the Bulldogs in as they're my side. The Broncos, they're a little bit hit and miss with jerseys. I mean, they're not bad, but they're usually the same every year. Raiders, I like the green colours, so I thought I'd go with them. And the Tigers, I just thought, well, the Tigers are kind of popular, so chuck them in too. Now, the first jersey we're going to be looking at is, as you can see on the screen, is the Canberra Raiders jersey. You can see it's a bit of a different one. Now, this is surprisingly the home jersey. Now, they actually have a heritage jersey, which is pretty much the same sort of standard Raiders jersey, and I expect them to wear it mostly, I would think. Although it is listed as the heritage jersey, whereas this is the home jersey. So I don't know if they're actually going to be planning to wear this much. Or is this going to end up being like those alternate jerseys that teams don't really wear? I don't really know. I feel like they'll probably end up using the heritage jersey because it is the traditional sort of Canberra look. But this whole black one with the Canberra milk back on the front, I don't think I like it. Honestly, I really don't like it. When I saw it, I was actually shocked that this was actually the home jersey. I saw it, I was like, oh man, this actually feels like the alternate jersey. This looks like the jersey that they would experiment on and they chuck it in as the third jersey, maybe wear it once or twice a year and see what the fans think. And it's just another jersey for the fans to buy, another $160 to fork out on. But no, this is the actual official home jersey. Like I said, whether they actually use it is a different story. It doesn't feel like the Raiders to me. I don't even know what it feels like. It just feels like a random side. You just see the green's obviously there, but apart from that, I mean, the top half of it looks like a Sharks jersey. Like the Sharks away jersey where they had the black, they got the blue there, and then you just add in a Raiders green. That's about it. Even the Canberra milk sort of goes with it. I mean, they've got that little patch for the Canberra milk, which it is cool to see the Canberra milk about it, and I can't wait to do a video where I go over heritage jersey and talk about the Raiders' actual heritage jersey, their actual probably home jersey. But I think this and the away jersey both have that black sort of top at the top of it, I guess. Not a fan of it. Not a fan of it at all. Raiders generally, I don't mind their jerseys. Like the whole lime green and stuff, or the fluoro green, whatever they go for at the time, I generally like. It's like a good colour. Green's like a colour I feel like everybody you don't really hear too many people say they hate green. They either like it or that it's alright, or it's their favourite colour. You never hear anyone like, oh god, I hate green. But you just add this, the whole black to the green and even the blue along there, it just doesn't work for me. I'm not a fan of it. What do you reckon of the Raiders jersey? Because I'm just not feeling it. I'm not digging it. And I think it'd be a travesty if they actually want to comp now holding up the trophy with this black jersey at the top. I think it'd just be weird. Now moving on to the second jersey, you can see on the screen it is the Broncos jersey. Now the only real difference that I can tell straight away is the ASICS logo. I'm pretty sure they had ISC last year. I think they've gone bust, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that's what's happened. I think they've gone bankrupt. They're not a company anymore, or at least they're not making NRL jerseys. But they've always been renowned to be an NRL jersey maker, being with a lot of teams. But ASICS, they're sort of getting into the game. I can't really think of any other teams that are with ASICS. I think Broncos might be the only one, but Broncos always had unique makers. I mean, they're with Nike up until the end where, Nike did the Super League, but I think the Broncos and the Bulldogs were the only ones that kept with them, and then even then the Broncos were the last ones remaining. So they've always had a unique maker because, look, honestly, they're the most well-known brand in Australia, I think, in terms of rugby league. So it makes sense that they would have a bigger sort of brand maker sort of thing. And ASICS, everybody knows ASICS, so look, it makes sense. They've got Kia there. Speaking of the Bulldogs, former sponsor, left the Bulldogs, go to the Broncos. Broncos end up getting the wooden spoon. There you go. But in terms of the actual jersey itself, just feels like a Broncos jersey. Just feels like a standard Broncos jersey. Definitely feels like a home Broncos jersey, I should say. So as much as I want to sit here and say, oh, it's pretty boring and that, but this isn't a Nines jersey. This isn't like an away jersey. This is the home jersey. You look at Premier League sides and stuff, they always have, I'm talking about soccer, I should say. Just your home jersey is your traditional jersey, your standard jersey. Your away jerseys and stuff you can experiment with, as we've seen the Broncos do with that green strip, and they've had some weird strips for the away jerseys. And that's why I feel like the Raiders one, it feels so weird, because usually you just have your traditional colours and that's it. And that's where the Broncos, I actually do like it, in the sense that they've kept it similar to previous years. It's not a big change, and I don't mind that. In terms of colours, they've used the same colours. Obviously, it's the colours of the logo. You got it there. It looks nice and clean. I think it's a nice jersey. Even the little collars, I don't mind that. I think it's quite good. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Heritage jersey, but a bit more modernised. So I don't mind. I actually do like this Broncos one. What do you guys think of it? Next up is the West Tigers jerseys. Now, obviously, their colours are black predominantly with orange and white. Obviously, you've got the Magpies, you've got the Tigers involved, you've got Balmain and Western Suburbs. You combine them together and you end up with this jersey. I feel like this is literally what you would do if you had some sort of computer program that could just combine it all into a jersey and it would do it. This is it. I think it's got a good representation of both clubs. It kind of resembles the logo a fair bit, in my opinion. The Brighton's Lawyers there, it flows well with the jersey. I actually really rate this jersey. It obviously looks like previous West Tigers jerseys, but like I said, this is a home jersey. It's like I said with the Broncos, this is a home jersey. You don't deviate too far away from your home jersey unless you're having a total rebrand of your club, which doesn't really happen, although Tigers would be the one to do it. I mean, they're the ones who have merged. But at the same time, I know the Tigers could play in an all-orange kit or an all-black kit. Like, they're the ones that can sort of deviate away with it, while also saying, well, this is our home kit. So if the Tigers all of a sudden turned out in an orange kit, I could understand it being the home one. But at the same time, the black kit, generally I feel like the black and whites are quite predominant in home jerseys, just for colour clashes and that sort of stuff. Where you're away, you can kind of experiment, like I was talking about earlier. You can use some different colours and that. So I feel like the bright orange is more likely to be an away jersey, which I'm assuming it probably is. But looking at this, I think it all flows well. I think the little logos look quite nice. Just the actual design of it itself looks nice. You got the two V's. You got the orange V, which as well as the neck part, and then you've got the little white V. I really do rate it. Plus you got the orange trims. I think this is one of the better Tigers jerseys of the last couple of years. Not that the Tigers jerseys are bad. I actually do like the Tigers jerseys. I like the colour scheme. I think they're one of the better jerseys. But yeah, this one I do really rate, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. What do you guys reckon? Last but not least, we have my Bulldogs. It's not sort of modelled by any player or anything, so we don't get to see what it looks like in person. We just got a bit of a drawing, a cartoon version of it. Obviously, they got that Laundy's Hotels. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but the new guys who are involved with the club obviously have a big involvement with the club, as far as I'm aware. But the jersey, it just feels like a standard Bulldogs jersey. Obviously, the last couple of years, they've changed manufacturers from Canterbury, which is kind of ironic. Canterbury making Canterbury jerseys, but they've changed to Classic, which is pretty much a standard NRL sort of jersey maker. And I don't mind it. I haven't actually really seen too much of it in person. Seen it once or twice at Rebel Sport and that. But just looking at it, it's just an NRL jersey. It's kind of like ISC. Classic are kind of like ISC. They're like a company you don't see in any other leagues or sports or anything, just in rugby league predominantly. And you see them, and look, I'll be honest, it kind of does feel a little cheap. Look, this is 10 years ago, we were having jerseys made by like Nike, and then you see Broncos and that getting Asics and that, and then we've got Classic. But at the same time, Classic are also a brand that, like I said, are predominantly rugby league based. Everybody knows Classic if you follow rugby league, so I don't mind it. In terms of the actual logo itself, for the Laundy's Hotel, I feel like it flows a lot better than what we had with the Kia. The Kia was so, like, they had the red one, and just, you had blue and white, then you got the red there. But in terms of the actual jersey itself, it's a pretty standard Bulldogs jersey. Bulldogs don't really deviate from their jersey. I think if you go back to like Super League years, I think that's the only time they experimented with a bit of silver or something in it, like grey. But apart from that, it's usually just the blue and white, got a V of some sorts, and then you've got like the sponsor through the middle. Mitsubishi was a big one throughout their successful years, and then you had J-Car there for a while. But Laundy's Hotels, I don't really know too much about them, but they're sponsoring the Dogs. Jersey itself looks alright. I would love to have seen it actually modelled by a player, but I'm more excited to see sort of away heritage jerseys. I always find the Bulldogs jerseys, always find the heritage jersey to be the best one, just like the striped one, kind of like what I'm wearing right now. But the striped one, not as close as this one, but just the blue and white, I find that the best one. Even when you go into video games stuff, that's where it becomes a lot more evident, when you can choose your own one and you go through and you go, oh wow, like the Bulldogs one, kind of boring. But I'll be honest, I actually did like the Canterbury designs. Now going to Classic, I don't really know, it just feels kind of basic. But at the same time, it's not a bad jersey design. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section below. What do you reckon of this jersey? What do you reckon of all of the jerseys? I mean, so far, there's none that are absolutely terrible. I mean, the Raiders one wasn't great, but I wouldn't say it's absolutely trash. Look, I've already did a video talking about the Storm one being trash. I can't wait to cover it in this video as well in the near future, because I'm going to be going over every single club, going over all their home jerseys, all their away jerseys. Well, in theory, I'll be going over all the away jerseys, all the third jerseys, all the nines jerseys if they got a nines comp. Just going over all the jerseys in general and giving my opinions of it. But yeah, like I said, leave in the comment section below what are your thoughts of this jersey and what are your thoughts of all of the other jerseys that we covered in this video. Also, while you're at it, guys, make sure you go ahead and leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. It's very important that you do subscribe to the channel and also turn on the notification bell. I mean, it's pretty much more important than subscribing at this point. I mean, if you're going to search the videos, it's going to come up with recommendations and all that sort of stuff, but if you turn on the notification bell, you can be notified immediately that I've actually uploaded. You can see it and you go, yep, Luke's uploaded, let's watch the video, rather than waiting for turn up in recommendations, maybe, or turn up in the subscription boxes, maybe. Also, a good way to stay tuned with the videos in terms of not subscribing and that is to follow me on social media, especially Twitter, Facebook, that sort of stuff. Snapchat's another one. I do post a lot of links on it. Go ahead and give me a follow on that. Plus, you can just see all the shenanigans I'm up to, especially on Snapchat. It's on the screen right now. MrLuke and YT is everything, Snapchat included, except for Facebook. My Facebook is just MrLuke. Go ahead and give me a follow, give me an ad on that. And that's really all I've got to say. Stay tuned for more content on the channel. I've got plenty of stuff to talk about, especially with the season getting very, very close. So, yeah, like I said, stay tuned on the channel. This is where I'm ending this video, though, guys. So, yeah, stay tuned for more on the channel. I'll see you for the next video. Bye, guys.